Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Arke Azaliyah Amera Winardi. Today I'm gonna tell you about pandemic in the world. The first one is definition of pandemic. Pandemic, from the Greek pan meaning all and demos meaning people, is an epidemic disease that is spread over a large area, such as several continents or around the world. A widespread endemic disease with a stable number of infected people doesn't constitute a pandemic. Definition and phases. A pandemic is an epidemic that occurs on a scale that crosses international borders, usually affecting a large number of people. A disease or condition is not a pandemic simply because it spreads widely or kills many people. The disease or condition must also be contagious. For example, cancer is responsible for many deaths, but is not considered a pandemic because the disease is not contagious. This is two examples about pandemic in the world. The first one is flu Spanish. The Spanish flu, also known as the 1918 flu pandemic, was a highly lethal influenza pandemic caused by the influenza, a virus subtype H1N1. The virus infected about 500 million people, a third of the world population at the time. In four successive waves from February 1980 to April 1920, the death toll is usually estimated at between 17 million and 50 million, and possibly as high as 100 million, resulting in a pandemic. This is one of the deadliest pandemics in human story. Since the United States joined World War I, the disease spread very quickly from Camp Funston, the main training ground for the American Expeditionary Force, to other United States Army camps in Europe, thus becoming an epidemic in the Midwest, East Coast, and spread in France in April 1980, reaching World War II in middle April. The disease reached North Africa, India, and Japan in May, and thereafter is likely to spread worldwide as cases reported in Southeast Asia in April. The death rate was not too far above normal. Approximately 75,000 flu-related deaths were reported in the first 6 months of 1980 in the United States, compared with approximately 63,000 deaths during the same time period in 1950. However, the first wave caused significant disruption in World War I military operation, with 3/4 of the French troops, half the British troops, and over 900,000 German troops suffering from the disease. From Freetown, the pandemic continued to spread throughout West Africa along the coast, rivers, and railroads of the colony, and from the railroads to more remote community, while the disease spread to South Africa in September via ships bringing back members of the South African Indigenous Labour Corps returning from France. The Philadelphia Liberty Launch Parade, held on September 28, 1980, to promote government bonds for World War I, resulted in 12,000 deaths after a major disease outbreak spread among those approaching the parade. In Aix-les-Bains, France in 1980 from Europe, the disease spread as far as Russia, brought to Arke by the intervention of northern Russia, and then spread throughout Asia after the Russian Civil War and the Trans-Siberian Railway. Reaching Iran, the disease spread throughout the holy city of Mashhad and India. In the United States, approximately 292,000 deaths were reported between September until December 1980, compared with approximately 26,000 deaths during the same time period in 1950. This is enough about the Spanish flu. Let's move to another one. This is a corona. Coronavirus infection is a disease caused by a coronavirus, and its main symptom is respiratory problems. Another virus belonging to a similar group is the virus that causes middle age respiratory syndrome, or MERS-CoV, and severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS-CoV, a few years ago. However, the coronavirus from Wuhan is a new virus that has never been found in humans before. Although anyone can be infected with the coronavirus, the elderly people with chronic disease and weakened immune system are more susceptible to this infection and its complications. High fever is accompanied by chills, dry cough, runny nose, and sneezing. Sore throat, shortness of breath. Coronavirus symptoms can quickly worsen and cause respiratory failure and even death. Patients infected with the coronavirus will receive supportive therapy to relieve symptoms. Prevention. Although the symptoms of coronavirus disease are similar to other respiratory diseases, such as pneumonia or influenza, there is currently no vaccine to prevent the spread of coronavirus disease. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water for at least 20 seconds. If there is no soap and water, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer to clean your hands. Avoid touching your nose, eyes, or mouth, especially if your hands are very dirty. At home, when you are sick, cover your mouth or bend your elbows with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Avoid direct contact with farm animals. Avoid travel, especially to areas with coronavirus infection. Avoid eating undercooked meat. Maintaining nutrition by eating well-balanced food, drinking plenty of water, and adequate rest will also help maintain your body shape and avoid contracting the coronavirus. Just two examples of the panic that I convey. Now try to answer some of the questions below. Number 1. What is a pandemic? Number 2. How did the Spanish flu start? Number 3. How long does the Spanish flu last? Number 4. What do you know about the coronavirus? And the last, number 5. What is the government solution in dealing with the coronavirus? That's enough from me. Thank you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.